Hello everyone, my name's Ella, I'm from Nalini Yoga. I work locally in Llanberis generally, but now I've had to move online and the guys at Burman's Martial Arts in Llanberis have let me use their space, which is wonderful. So as a thank you to them, I'm offering this little quick stretchy session for tired legs and maybe slightly tight hips as well. So we're just going to do a quick flow. I'm going to teach you a sun salutation that you can practice at home with the family, and then a couple of sort of seated stretches just to help things out a little bit. So we're going to start by standing, and I'm going to stand at the top of my mat, facing away from you, but you guys can face me. Okay, so we stand at the front of the mat. We start in something called Tadasana. Palms facing forwards, we grip the toes into the mat, making sure our feet are nicely planted, hip width apart. Draw the shoulders back, settle them back behind you. Try not to stick the bottom out, tuck it in if you can. Shoulders back, heart reaching forward. And what we do here is we move with our breath. So we take an inhale and reach all the way up, wiggling the fingers. As we exhale, open up the arms, bend the knees, and imagine we're diving forwards all the way down. Coming down into what we call a forward fold. So with this, we bend the knees heavily, and we rest the chest on the thighs, taking the hands behind us, shaking the head no, nodding at ears, pretending you're at a party, wiggling the head around. Give it a good shake, just opening up the neck. And then we're going to lift the bottom towards the ceiling. My knees are still bent, so I'm getting stretch in the backs of the legs, and I'm reaching that tailbone all the way to the ceiling as much as I can get. Then I take an inhale, and I lift halfway with a flat back. Imagine you could eat something off your back like a table. We place the hands above the knees, we draw the shoulders back, tuck the elbows in, and we lengthen. We get taller sideways. And then we're going to lower all the way down, shaking it all out. Planting the hands down, we're going to step the left foot back, right foot stays forward, and we drop the left knee down. We take an inhale, we scoop the arms all the way up into the air. The knee is over the ankle, we squeeze the bottom, squeeze all the way up to the ceiling, get as tall as you can. Then we exhale, both hands come either side of that front foot, it comes back with us, onto the mat. And then what we can do is scooch the knees away, take the shoulders over the wrists. Take an inhale here, pushing down, so we're not sinking into our shoulders like a little turtle, pushing out. And then we exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Okay, that little shimmy. Draw the shoulders up behind the ears and push down the hands, come up like a cobra. You could make a hissing noise here, if you like. Lots of animal poses in yoga. Pushing the hips forward, drawing the shoulders back, pressing the feet into the mat. You turn the toes over, bring the bottom back, and then you push it up into the air. Walk your feet underneath you. You might have bent knees here, heels raised, bottom up high. Wrap the shoulders around your ribcage so you can give yourself a hug with your shoulders, tucking the belly in. This is downward facing dog, and you can make little woof dog noises here if you like as well. Downward facing dog, and here we can be quite fun. We can actually do a little hop, so we can hop in a few hops to our hands, or we can take one big hop and come back to our hands, back to that fold. We're going to do that all over again, but a little bit faster this time. A little shake from side to side. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Take an exhale, we fold all the way over again, all floppy. Bring the bottom down over the heels. Swing the arms upwards, coming into chair pose. Imagine you're sitting on a chair here, reaching up through the hands, wiggling the fingers if you like, maybe balancing on your tippy toes. And then exhale, heels down, a big reach towards the ceiling. And open back up again into Tadasana. Take a deep breath here. Let it all out. Making sure our feet are hip width apart again. Shoulders back, heart reaching forward. Take a big reach all the way to the ceiling. Bend the knees and dive forwards all the way down. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Remember, shoulders in line with the hips here. Gripping through those toes. Exhale, fold. This time taking the right foot back. Underneath you. Releasing those toes, coming up into a low lunge on this side. Left knees over left ankle. Push the hips forwards. You can make this less intense by taking your right knee forward, or you can get a little bit more intense by taking your back. Coming up nice and tall. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, take both hands either side of that front foot. Take the left foot back. And we set ourselves up for that low plank position. Some of you might be pretty snazzy and you might be able to turn the toes and take a high plank, but without sagging through the middle, so nice and strong through the body. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows, melt down into the mat. Inhale, draw the shoulders up, a little press through the hands. Whew. Inhale, coming up, shoulders back. Coming into cobras. Once again. Turning the toes over, pushing over the knees. Let's stretch out a little bit here. And this is kind of modified puppy child's pose here. So you can drop the arms down, drop the forehead down. The toes are engaged. Maybe the hips are slightly over the knees, walking forward, stretching out the shoulders a bit. So you might have seen lots of puppies or dogs taking this pose. So it's known as puppy pose. Usually when they're playing. So from here, let's move from puppy into a full-grown dog, all the way up and down facing dog. So from here, we're going to do something really fun. We're going to try a three-legged dog. So the right leg comes up and we do a big stretch here. You can turn the ankle, give it a swirl, then bring that leg underneath you. Wherever that foot can go, can you get it underneath your chest? Maybe you lower that left knee down because you're a bit tired today. Or maybe you keep the toes engaged and you come up into a high lunge rather than a low lunge. So here's our low lunge that we did earlier. And this is our high lunge. Stretching out between the legs, stretching out through the hips. Nice big reach. Let's see if you can come all the way down as you exhale. And all the way up as you inhale. And again, all the way down. And all the way up again. And then we're going to release those hands. Take the left knee down, release the left foot, and walk the hands back, stretching out that right leg. You can stay up here, or you can sit on your own foot if you're feeling tired, and stretch out that leg. If you're not really getting much of a stretch here, walk the fingertips forwards and think about straightening out the back. And then you'll start to feel it down the back of that leg. A nice big exhale. Then we can come forwards and try that little vinyasa again. Planting both hands down, and the right leg comes down underneath us. Pressing our way evenly through our hands, spreading the fingertips, turning the index fingers forwards. Inhale here, exhale to lower. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, and once again into that cobra position. Then turn the toes over, coming up into down facing dog. We're about to take our three-legged dog on the left side. Left leg comes up into three-legged dog. Wiggle the toes, turn the ankle, then bring that leg underneath you. Maybe that foot goes all the way underneath. Maybe you might need to move it with your hands. You can take a low lunge again. Or if you want to go for that high lunge, turn the toes over, push that heel back, come up, find your balance, take a big reach. And we're going to try and get all the way down again as we exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Then we lower the right knee, release that foot and walk the hand back. Coming into that stretch here, so you can stay up here this time, or you can sit on your foot again. Taking the hands forward, getting a nice big stretch here. How does that feel today? Maybe a little bit tight. So we're going to keep moving, keep stretching. Walking the hands forwards, planting them down. Left foot comes back behind. Pressing through the hands. Trying not to collapse into the shoulders. Big inhale here. Exhale to lower. Inhale to draw the shoulders up and back into cobra. And then turn the toes over, push over the heels and back up into downward facing dog. A little sway from side to side. You're going to take an inhale, look forward. Walk the feet to your hands or bunny hop again. See if you can come into that full, stretching out the legs a little bit more. Then inhale again, half left, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, full, melt down, little floppy, turn to a ragdoll. Bring the bottom over the heels and rise up through chair pose. So shoulders back, flat back here, big reach up towards the ceiling. Zipping up that center line, so we're pulling the tummy muscles in and up. Exhale, swing the arms. Inhale, come up into standing. Big reach. Open up, take a big morning stretch. This is a great one to start the day with. We're going to step the right foot back. So the right foot steps back and the toes turn to the corner of your mat. So they turn outwards ever so slightly. Our hips want to face forwards though. So rather than being open, they face forwards, and I'm wiggling around a little bit here because my legs are quite close together. So open up the stance a little bit. Left leg is facing forwards, toes and knees in alignment. So the knee is over the ankle, but the toes and knees are facing the same way. So my rear foot is turned outwards and my hips are facing forwards. And I do a big reach towards the ceiling in warrior one. And what I'm trying to do here is stretch out the back of this leg. So if I'm not really feeling it, I can make it a slightly deeper stance, as long as my hips stay forward. And I'm pushing my heel and the outside edge of my foot into the mat. So I'm getting myself comfortable, finding that stance, pushing down, getting that lovely stretch through the calf. Big reach. Taking warrior one. You can also open up the hands here. Pull the elbows back and lift the heart towards the ceiling, getting a stretch across the shoulders here as well. We're going to very simply take an inhale, a big step forward without falling over, hopefully. Take a big inhale, stepping forward. Exhale, palms heart center. Nice. From here, we'll do the same thing again on the left side. Left leg steps back. And the toes are turning out towards the corner of the mat again, front knee over that front ankle. Really driving this heel and the outer edge into the mat. So we're almost pushing the feet away from each other. A bit like, imagine your feet in the sand, you're pushing sand away, except it's your mat. So we're gripping through each toe individually, front knee over that front ankle, hips facing forwards, big reach towards the ceiling, taking warrior one again on this side. Big reach towards the ceiling. Maybe taking the arms out either side again. Taking your warrior one. And we'll do that big step forwards again. So we'll take an inhale. And as we exhale, we come forwards. Shaking it out on each leg. We're going to come down to something called Malasana, which is a little squat position, and hopefully you can utilise that for opening up the hips. So take an inhale, And as we do so, we can plant the feet to the edges of the mat with the toes facing outwards. So the edges of the mat bisect the middle of our feet. Toes are hanging out, heels inwards. So our knees are turned outwards. Take an inhale, big reach. Palms together, we bend the knees and we come all the way down as slow as you can, squeezing the glutes together. Maybe your elbows come in front of the knees, or maybe they rest on the knees. And I'm going to turn this way so you can see the stance. Just like this. So this is called an Alasana or yoga squat. Some of you might end up with your tippy toes engaged. So we're just opening up the hips here. So I'm pressing my elbows into my knees and I'm not collapsing forwards. I'm nice and strong here. Maybe I take a twist or two. So in order to do that, I can plant both hands down. Shoulder comes down in line with the knee. And the other hand slowly reaches towards the ceiling. So we get a bit of a lower back and hip open here. Go gentle. As always, listen to your body. It will tell you everything you need to know. Then reaching upwards, maybe on the other side. Coming back to centre, palms together. How does that feel? If you're feeling okay here and your legs haven't gone completely dead, we can do another stretch. So it's the same thing but with a leg extension. So I'm going to start by taking my weight over my right foot. I might lift my heel if my main part of my body, so my core, is over that heel, then I might need to raise it. If I can take it out to the side, I can maybe have it flat. And what we're going to do is straighten up this leg. So you might find that you want to balance and stretch out your toes, or you might find that you want a hip opener and have your foot flat. My other foot, toes are currently facing, they're pressing down, onto the mat, and I can try lifting them here. So you may find that you want to go for a balance, but you may find that you're happy here. And you can have a go at stretching out like this. Maybe opening out here. And what the nice thing about this one is that we try not to collapse forwards. Obviously, if you need a bit more balance, bring the toes back down again. But you can actually move from one side to the other and open out if you want to. So I thought this was quite fitting for you guys, as it seems a little bit like martial arts. Not that I know anything about martial arts. So you can have a little stretch from side to side. If that feels like too much for you, you can just bring the feet in, come back to Malasana. We're going to bring our bottoms down. You can stretch out the legs a little bit here as well. As we do this, we turn the toes towards the ceiling, knees towards the ceiling. We come up with our shoulders over our hips. And our legs only need to be at 90 degrees here. The options here for you are nearly endless. So you can just hold this position because it's really good for stretching out your hips anyway. You can have a go at reaching forwards, which can feel pretty interesting on the back. Or you can have a go at taking a little bit of a side reach from one side to the other. Reaching from one side to the other. The other thing you can do is reach from one foot to the other. So you can reach to one foot, come back up again, reach to the other foot, come back up again. If this feels intense, you can bend one leg, reach to that outstretched leg, come back up again, maybe reach again, maybe swap sides. See how you feel. And you can do this nice and slowly. I always suggest with hips that you wait until maybe the end of the day or after doing some exercise. So it's a nice thing to kind of finish off with, stretching everything out. But I'm going to give you a couple of things to do on your backs when you've kind of had enough of stretching out your hips. So you can always pause this video, do a little bit more hip stuff, and then you're going to come onto your backs.
And what we'll do is just allow the knees to part, so they're in line with your hips, and allow them to flop to your right side. Arms can come out either side. Back to centre. Exhale, flop to the other side. And again. Inhale at centre. Exhale to the other side. And back again. So like windscreen wipers from one side to the centre and over again. Just loosening up any tension in the lower back. Enjoying flip-flopping. Then we'll take the knees above the hips, holding onto them, just taking a little bit of a circle here. Rolling round, back to centre, rolling round, back to centre, maybe taking that circle the other way. Giving the knees a big squeeze to the chest. Inhaling, then exhaling to squeeze a little bit more, maybe taking the nose to the knees. And then we're going to open up into my favourite pose, happy baby. So we bring the feet out, we bend the knees. We can either hold on to our shins and ankles, which allows our legs to kind of go a little bit more wild from the ankles onwards. Give the toes a wiggle. Or you can hold on to your toes with your fingers. Hopefully your feet are nice and clean. Or you can hold on to your feet here or on the outside. And what I like to do here is I like to pull one heel towards me and draw one heel away, and it takes me, rocks me over to one side, then I bring that heel back and I stretch out the other leg and it rocks me the other way. So not only can you take happy baby, but you can get a little bit of a massage on your back out of it as well. Super nice. Or you can just hold and happy baby. Heels can go towards your bottom as well. You can open up the hips a little bit more here, depending on how you're feeling. Some of you might want to go for a wide-legged position. And to finish, straighten those legs. Give the feet a little bit of a flutter, stretching out the ankles. Can you reach your toes from here? And then maybe a full body stretch. Big reach, fingers and toes stretching as far away from each other as possible. Then you can exhale, arms come down to your sides, feet coming out. You can take something we call Shavasana, which is a big rest. You lie on your back, you close your eyes, and you try and relax all of the muscles in your body. And to do this, you might have some music that you like to listen to, or you might have a meditation that you'd like to follow, or even just slowly focusing on your breath, on your inhale as it goes in through your nose. Nice and cold as it enters, and then exhaling and noticing it warm on your lips. So taking your time to just settle back in Shavasana. So you can pause the video here and take your Shavasana. And for your next video, I think I'm probably going to do one on relaxation, on breathing and meditation. So if that's available to you, you can always switch on now, or you can wait until the next episode. So thank you very much for listening and watching today. Feel free to have a go at this little stretch out at the beginning of the day or even at the end of the day. I prefer stretching out my hips at the end of the day, so you can always miss out the hips part at the beginning of the day and just do those sun salutations if you prefer. So thank you for watching, and thank you very much to Burman for letting me use their space. Aren't they nice? Thanks guys. Namaste.